Footprints left behind and ripples going forward. The adventures of noticing continue. You know, it's interesting listening to 20. Once again, I'm brought to the past about how I got to this place where I'm at right here, writing this book for you guys, sharing the past, the present, the future, the truth, my truth. It's interesting. One thing I don't think I've shared with you guys yet is I've been a musician for the majority of my life. I would say the entirety of my life, but I don't know how much you can really do before the age of 5 or so, but I was born into a musical family. My mom and dad did small gigs, they would call them, right? Both played guitar, strong songwriters. So myself and my brother were born into that. We ended up doing some background vocals, learning the art of songwriting, always musical instruments around the house, always people jamming. I've got an uncle that's on the Grand Ole Opry right now. Interesting, right? You know what's funny? What's interesting to me was how my mom and dad both were influenced by musicians in their family as well. My grandpa, which I didn't find out until much later, almost maybe in my teens, 18, 17, 16, somewhere in there. My grandpa was also an amateur songwriter and had his big claim to fame on the music circle was writing a song for Doris Day. Pop song, right? But from back in the day. So, he has a song called Start the Day Singing. And it's interesting, as I said, I've been in music my entire life, really. I ended up with a 25-year recording contract in the hip-hop genre. Some urban music. As I was in college, it kind of switched to like a live hip-hop band kind of feel, which was a little heavier since we had all live instrumentation. But, yeah, it's interesting how all of that focuses creativity, spawns additional creativity. Talk about footprints left behind and ripples moving forward. For me, the discovery, the adventure, the feel of creativity and creating itself has always been a part of my life, and I really believe it's led me to the point where I'm at right now. So, kind of a sideline, I guess, but just what came up for me when I was listening to 20 right there. So, for me, music has been a big part, as well as several other things I'm sure we'll get to. But creativity, adventure, imagination has always been a realm that I've been comfortable playing in. And honestly, it's allowed me to get to the point where I'm at right now. So, appreciate that, guys. That's a little bit of my footprints left behind. Ripples moving forward. Adventures in noticing.
Alrighty. Sunday, the 17th of January. I took a day or two off from this. Why not? Here's the thing, I'm not into force. I'm into flow. I'm into finding the feeling. Now, here's the thing. I didn't take a couple days off from my life. I'm really enjoying it. I suppose Tony, right? I'm loving this part of me. I suppose Tony doesn't take much time off either from everything. I mean, I'll take time off from a project. 60secondmanifesting.com. I took a week off from that, starting back slow there. Took a day or two off of this. You see, Victoria left town. She's off with her sister and her mom on a holiday. I'm here at home on a holiday. Go figure. But here's the deal. If you're playing, if your life is actually productive play, you can't help but play and produce. If your life is about work avoidance, which I notice most people are into work avoidance, 80% of the people, from what I can tell, I just watch people. They're too busy trying to avoid work that they aren't productive or playful. See, this almost feels like a podcast, but I'll run with it. Play and produce and play. The two go hand in hand. When I talk to Tony, I get he's delightful. And it seems like that shows up in what he gives to this project. I love delightful. I love productive play. I love it because you don't have to take a break and party all the time for a couple years. Because when play is the way, when you get play is production, you can play all the time. So I notice, oh my God, how much play. This one ought to become an interesting transcript with all the guttural noises. I'm a fan of guttural noises. I'm a fan of spontaneous utterances. I'm a fan of discovery along the way. What I'm not a fan of is having everything pre-scripted with setups. Now, wouldn't you agree, Mr. 20, that in the case of when a particular person wants a specific thing, for God's sake, play is spontaneous. Play is spontaneous. Play is spontaneous. I love watching little kids play in the garden. When Jerry Amika brought his child here, the two people that moved the most interestingly in the garden were Jerry and his son Watts. Jerry's a little older than Watts. A lot older. But they both moved in playful ways. Watts a heaps more than Jerry, but Jerry still heaps compared to most people. One of the things that I notice is, when do people stop moving in playful ways? When do they stop thinking in playful ways? Because that's when they stop producing what really matters in the world. When I look around, I notice so many people, they want to work from home, or they want endless holidays, or they want to win enough money in the lottery so they can just have holidays all the time. It's like they want to break from something. I love the word cleave. Victoria and I have been exploring the word cleave this week. Because cleave has two very opposite meanings. You could cleave something in half. Think meat cleaver. Chop a piece of meat in half. Or you can cleave someone you love to your bosom. Bring them close. Hold them as though you were one. Merge, melt. I think I'll leave that little cryptic bit as the last part. Your turn, Tony. Have a great day.